Hello, I'm Richard Mize, real estate editor for the Oklahoman and newsok.com, talking today with Phil Jackson, Chief Information Officer, and Tre Dupuy, an office broker with Price Edwards and Company. Now, Price Edwards is the biggest local commercial real estate firm in Oklahoma City, and it also in business about nearly 30 years.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
And it has long had a reputation for being out front in terms of technological advancement as well as keeping it in-house.
That's right.
Where it became real popular to farm it all out, Price Edwards is taking it the other direction. What we want to talk about today is the latest thing, which is the increasing ability for Price Edwards to show us both the inside and the outside of any building that they have to market to other tenants or to buyers or investments. So let's talk about the inside and this 360 technology, which isn't brand new, but the way y'all are applying it is. So just talk about what you're doing and how it started.
Yeah, so because Price Edwards has an in-house technology staff, we have a whole staff of people. What we're focused on is looking for opportunities to showcase our properties for our owners, to help tenants and that kind of stuff. And so I follow the startup space pretty regularly. It's part of kind of my daily news digest. And I found this company that helps us to showcase the inside of a building like Google does on Street View. So while 360 has been around for a long time, being able to actually walk through a space and walk into any corner, any closet, pick and choose your own adventure, so to speak, turn right or left or go up the stairs, is brand new.
It really is engaging. You can walk right up to the end of the hall and it's like you bump your nose on it,
exactly,
and you can turn around and go back the way you came. You have shown me, and we'll be showing viewers, Quail Springs Office Park building, the Great Hall at First National Center, and a couple of other lobbies as well.
Yeah,
and it's just really an engaging experience.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's really immersive. It allows people to really get a view that they haven't, and sit at home and see both a floor plan, a top-down view, a dollhouse view of the entire space. And Tre's used it a lot for showing prospective tenants and that kind of thing.
Right. Don't you have an example of someone who used this rather than flying to town
Exactly.
and all that expense? Tell that story.
Yeah, I'm dealing with tenants all the time, and one of the things we try to do as an office advisor is bring value or add value to our owners. And in this case, when Philip told me about this technology, immediately, my brain starts going, what can we do? How can we add value to our owners? And one of the situations that came up was I'm working with a current tenant who has a local presence, small presence, but their main board of advisors is located elsewhere in another state. So, granted, some few chief officers made a trip down. Not everyone on the board can make it. Mm-hmm. So it was immediately apparent that what I could do for them to help them and also bring value to them was take this camera, scan this space for them so they can literally never have to leave their house, the office, and view the space that they were in questioning and looking at, and from the comfort of their home. It's a convenience factor, and I think that's one of the things that Price Edwards is striving to always do with their technology department is add a level of convenience to whether it be the owners or the prospective buyers or tenants that are out there in the marketplace. It really helped facilitate that deal. So.
Yeah, so I mean, many of the photos that you get promotionally are staged, and they only show you the part that they want to show you. This, because it scans the entire floor plate, you can see exactly, and you can say, okay, well, that's going to be Joe's office, and that's going to be Susie's office, and here's their view. And you can look out the window if you want to.
That's exactly right. One of our clients, David Lenormand, owns a lot of the buildings out in Gaillardia, and he allowed us to go take our actual first test of a big space, because this is, again, it started as a residential product, and we were the first kind of to push it to the commercial bounds, which, we're talking now about 16,000, 20,000 square foot floor plates. And it's an interesting perspective when you can go into a particular office, look around, look out the window and see, oh wow, I'm looking at the such and such hole of a golf course.
Was that the 4801 Gaillardia building?
Exactly.
Right, the third floor.
Yeah.
It was really cool because you could, in most of the ones I've seen for residential, you'll have the living room shot, there's the door to the kitchen. Then you might have to click to go to the kitchen and start over. But with this thing, there's an office door, and you can tool yourself over to that office door and walk through that door with this app, and it's just really cool.
It's something totally different, something that, you know, I would say, like we were talking about before, it's not the pan left to right of a room. It is walking wherever you want to go. You know, if you want to go see what the break room's, you know, where it is, if you want to know what that distance, that length to your secretary might be, or
you can measure things from within there, so you can say, okay, that, you know, his office is going to be such and such big, and so even after they tour a space,
you could almost measure for furniture.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you really could.
I think Trey said you can do everything but smell the space, kind of.
That's the next thing for y'all.
Yeah, smell-o-vision, yeah.
Let's real briefly shift to the exterior of property, talk about your drone efforts, your drone projects, just as give us a quick update.
Sure. So, you know, that's been, as everybody knows, that technology has progressed faster than kind of the regulations has allowed. What is interesting is now the FAA is allowing some of that drone for commercial use. We are in the process right now of going through that so that we can get our exemption so that we can fly for commercial use. The FAA has granted hundreds of exemptions. We expect that we'll be able to get that same exemption to be able to fly those because that really, like we talked about last time, gives you a sense of place. So you can, to Trey's client who's out of town, not only can they get a feel for what's inside and, you know, whose office is going to be whose, but, you know, what amenities are around, how close is it to highways, how close is it to downtown. And so, you know, the technology is progressing very fast. Finally, some of the regulations are beginning to catch up, and we're in the process of going through that right now.
And when you get that approval, you'll let me know, and then we can let
absolutely.
the city know that you've got it and you're in business.
Yeah, absolutely. We are excited at doing that.
Anything to add?
No, I think we about covered it all. You know, just again, it's been a great joy over at Price Edwards and having this full staff of IT.
He's right down the hall.
Well, that's true, Richard. I walk down and I go, I mean, because I've been doing this for Price Edwards for a long time and I know the brokers. I mean, if I was outsourced, I wouldn't pick up the phone. I go, hey, Trey, what do you think about this technology? He immediately goes, this will be exactly what my clients need. And that's the difference of having it local and in-house.
Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Richard Mize, real estate editor with the Oklahoman and News OK.